See if the Instagram.
Let's see if
Did you hit go live on?
I hit go live on here, but we'll see if rubber duck, yellow duck, whatever it is. Oh, we're live.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
We got them.
we got him. Thank you. It's the first meme you've ever understood.
I don't understand memes at all.
I
I
know.
don't know where they came from or how they're created or what they do, but I'm apparently am a meme with my shirt.
You are a meme.
Yeah.
Tom is the meme. Hello there. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome to. I'm looking right here.
Yeah, and then we're like up higher now. So we redid my whole office. All of tech has been pretty much redone. We got new desks for Tony and new desks for Terry, and new guy gets Tony's old desk, and we had to redo a bunch of the room. Put the patch wall here for now.
Greetings from Greece.
Oh, Greece.
Wow, that's pretty sick. Well, thank you for taking time out of your day all the way over in Greece.
Howdy.
Howdy, partner. Howdy, partner. Can't wait for my build you guys are doing. We can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, if we haven't already.
Yeah. Wes is beautiful. Thank you. I try. Takes me a long time in the morning.
Where's my desk at? I don't know. In your house, probably.
These beauties. You're beautiful. What's up? Well, another day. I'm so sad I missed last week's stream. That's okay.
Just us
You're here now.
Yeah, just us being weirdos.
Just us being idiots for an hour straight. So has anyone rated my stuff yet? No, there's no stoner here. I'm sorry. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, wait, what? What stuff?
No one's rated your stuff, I promise. Where's my desk? Dude, make the drive.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, I got a mystery pack about a year ago and got an AP and a tracer. Thank you guys so much. Absolutely. I'm glad that you're liking the mystery boxes. They are quite popular, and we see tons of them daily.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they're good. That's awesome. Most of build the parts are coming from you guys. My Mac AR8 Type 5 receiver on the way. That's awesome. Send us a picture when it's done, and shooting videos. We'd love to see it. Love you guys. Season starting soon. Let's go,
dude. Season's started.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, season is going. Season is nuts. I'm looking at March because it's today is March 1st. If you all don't know, it is the first day of Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, that is that. I gotta watch that. You shouldn't have mentioned it.
Yeah, you're right.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I am.
Now it's gonna get spoiled.
Yeah. Don't do what you did for the last 2 seasons, which is spoil his freaking name.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hello
there.
So, question: how do you feel about shooting on full auto versus semi? Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that question.
Okay. I think if you're using a gun that is allowed for the field games or the field rules and the game rules, and you're shooting a gun that's allowed, so probably an LMG in a lot of cases or an SMG in some cases, I think it's really good. It's really good for suppressive fire. I think if you're not using it for suppressive fire and you're using it to pretty much just you're not caring about aiming, you're just caring about trying to hit somebody. Sometimes that's okay in a CQB environment. That's generally not okay because you can end up overshooting very quickly. I think anytime you have full auto in a game, you have to be aware of how long you're holding that trigger down for and trying not to overshoot people still. I think there's a balance there.
I honestly, with running just mostly rifleman stuff, I've honestly never really felt the need for full auto in that role. Obviously with Milsim West, you can use full auto as a rifleman, and there are instances where, it just works. But, I think for me, full auto is very efficient, obviously, as that class, that support class. And it definitely gets the job done, but I've never really felt like I needed it with my rifles, personally. So I think a lot of people like it, but for me, I would take semi over full auto any day of the week.
Yeah, I think the other thing is if you're at a regular game that's not restricting BBs, and you kind of you have whatever BBs you bring, then you're not going to worry about it so much. I think if you're at a game though that restricts your BBs and makes you think a little bit more, I think a lot of guys will just choose to not go full auto because then they're not going to waste all their ammo.
Right.
Yeah.
So ammo restrictions are another big topic. They definitely play more into the game than just ammo. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
I think it really helps the game overall. But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's another instance though too. I know some indoor fields do like a full auto night.
Yeah.
Like there's some fields that allow that stuff. I think it's really cool. I don't think I would want to go to a lot of those nights though, because I feel like a lot of people just like some fields that they just allow full auto and there's no other restriction. Some dudes will sit there with literally a high cap and just like hold down hallways for the entire night, and sometimes that's just not fun sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, in the same instance though, with the way that guns are built nowadays and the way that Polar Stars are so readily available,
God, yeah.
I mean, some of these dudes can spam a semi trigger.
That is the question. Like, at what point do you
even consider it semi?
Yeah, do you consider it semi versus do you consider it full auto? And I mean,
I don't know.
That's a whole other discussion we could have.
That's a big one. So, but I think it's all very subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Cool patches, but I haven't even looked at this wall in a while.
Just ordered a Polar Star Jack player kit this morning. Awesome, man. You'll love it. I love the Jack. It's a very, very good system. Let me come work with y'all. So if you're actually on our website, we have a careers tab. So you can actually click that. I think it's next to events, if I remember correctly, at the top of the website. No, next to blog.
Yeah,
was
so 2 over from events.
You can actually do that. We're actually looking for a shipping guy right now. So if you are interested and you live in the Pittsburgh area, let us know.
Or you're willing to move to the Pittsburgh area. That's a big thing. We don't have a lot of remote work here.
There's none.
Yeah.
At the end of
like there's positions here, and some days out of the week, some people can do some remote stuff like customer service that can sometimes be done remote, but there's also the in-house side of the customer service thing. Like, hey, I need to change something about my package. Well, you have to be in the shop to go and correct that issue.
Or to go test something.
Yeah.
Does this fit with this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to go look.
So a lot of times we get people like, oh man, I can do remote for you. I can do remote for you. And it's like, we really need in-house people. That's the main thing we're hiring for right now is in-house personnel.
So yeah, shoot over that careers page. Take a look. It's good. When do these NVG rentals for Arsenal come out? And also, when I do rent them, would you guys run through it all with me, just so I know what I'm doing for sure? Absolutely. Anytime we always ask her, to see if you ever used night vision before when you go to pick up your unit. Because in theory, it's very simple, but there are things like the adjustments and the on-off and the focus rings and things like that you don't really think about. And we're always happy to run you through any questions that you have about your night vision unit before you go out on the field, especially when you're renting, you're paying for them, you get out there. Yeah. It's like, why is this blurry? I can't see. Yeah. And it's because you didn't adjust your focus or something like that. So we're always happy to do that. As for the date, that ain't my thing.
I can talk about that.
Tom can talk about that.
So something that we were playing around with last season was, when should we post up our night vision rentals? Because the theory of it is, okay, I could post it up 6 months out. I know when all of our events are. I know which ones are going to require night vision, and I could post up, 6 months out. Even at some events, I could post up a year out.
Yeah, up to.
But then it's kind of like a little bit iffy. If we go too far out, then it becomes like, well, that person bought it and now can't go, and now they need to return it, and creates a bigger headache. I think what we're finding right now, the sweet spot is like a month to a month and a half before the event is what we're trying to aim for as far as putting them up on the website. Generally, we also do a post, or you will notice on our event page, there will be NVG logo on the event banner itself saying that we will be doing NVG rentals.
Mm-hmm.
Or you will also notice a logo that says air on our banners. That means we're going to be providing air at those events as well. But as far as NVG rentals and when they go up, generally we try to aim for around a month and a half out. We don't really want to go a lot further than that because a lot of people aren't thinking about the events more than when they buy the ticket. And most of the time people aren't buying the tickets more than like, 45 days, 60 days out. So like 2 months.
And if you wait until that time to buy your ticket, and then you need to spend more money on night vision, sometimes financially it just doesn't work in that short time frame.
Yeah.
So to have the night vision rounds a little closer to the event allows people to buy their tickets in advance for the event, and then come back, grab their tubes, and actually be able to use them.
Yeah.
So, also, if you're curious about pre-orders or night vision rentals, I did a video on how to walk through that, so you should check it out.
Yeah, please. It's actually really informative. He's not being an idiot this time.
Thanks. I know how to turn it on and off.
But no, I really love that you guys are loving the night vision stuff. It's a big passion of mine. I'm really happy that you guys are loving it, and we're going to keep growing that, and we're going to keep doing good stuff with that. And I love seeing you guys at the events running it. It's really cool. If you guys ever have any questions, hit us up here, hit us up in chat, hit us up at the events, and me and Wes always will be happy to help you.
Anytime. Do you have any over there? Drugs
from Soviet Union. Thank you, Soviet Union.
Our weekly reminder.
Drugs. Doing Attack 41 build, changing bucking brand over to Maple Leaf. Good choice. What's all the differences in the gas blowback buckings? It's confusing. So I'm going to tell you the most recommended thing I can tell you about gas blowback buckings, which is just go get a freaking Autobot. Get a 60 to 75 degree, depending on your FPS. The higher your FPS, I would say, the higher the number there. So get probably a 70, 75 degree for what you're talking about. Gas blowback, the really big difference with a gas blowback bucking versus an AG bucking is you don't have the bridge across the inner barrel. So you actually get a lot bigger contact patch. You also have this cut in ring into the inner barrel, so the bucking actually hooks into that ring and creates a really good air seal. In my opinion, gas blowback buckings are a much better design of a bucking. They just are very bulky, and to try and fit all of the bulk that they are into like an M4 style hop up or an AK style hop up or any AEG rifleman style hop up, they don't really work that well. But if they could, I would highly recommend them over how AEG style buckings go. Get a Maple Leaf Autobot, the Autobot, and a 70 to 75 degree bucking, and call it a day, and you'll be golden. Those are the big differences there. But you really can't go wrong with a lot of the GBB style buckings. They're great.
Well, there you go.
I have two more. From Dark Tree, yo, what up, Amp Fam? What's up, buddy?
Hello.
Soviet Union again, drugs. Hey guys, I ordered a custom HPA setup on the 10th of February. I live in Cali, and how long do you think till it arrives? So right now, our build time frame is 10 to 15 business days. That is just because of the giant amount of orders we had in. Plus, we had a little bit of downtime because we were redoing our entire tech facility, and we were hiring a new tech. So right now, I would say we're probably right on that build. If not, we probably are building it right now, actually. So you should be getting it probably within the next week. And it takes about
5 to 6 days if it's going to Cali.
Yeah, if it's going to Cali, I think it's about a 3 to 5 day shipping time, and that's business days if you ordered, free shipping or ground. So just remember, business days do not include a weekend or holidays, and we've had a lot of holidays lately, so that does actually move some stuff around a little bit. So if you're waiting for a build, just be a little bit patient with us. We're trying to shake off a lot of our rust and dust from moving and stuff, and hopefully build times are actually going to start going down. Instead of 10 to 15, you're probably going to be looking at 7 to 10, and then hopefully we get back to that 3 to 5 day business day build time frame that we were originally at. That's what we're aiming to get back to. It's just you guys are so awesome and allowing us to grow so much that we now have to be growing our team a lot, and trying to make all that work while still doing the builds and everything, keeping up with it is just a giant movement that we've never had to deal with before. And you guys are awesome for that. Thank you.
Yeah, we're learning as we go, just as everyone does in life.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you. I just want to say I started using you guys to buy my Airsoft products, and your shipping is way faster to ship to California than actual stores in California.
Oh my God, thank you. That's crazy.
Hey, our shipping team is definitely the most well-oiled machine, to say the least.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see your beautiful faces when I come pick up my stuff. I can't wait either. Give you a big kiss, big smooch. See you in 8 hours. Better.
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't know. Could
Okay.
be capping.
Uh,
It's probably capping.
yeah. 9 p.m. You can see us at 9 p.m.
That's not that bad.
We're closed.
It's Josh. He's talking
Oh.
about coming here.
Oh. I don't know that. I don't know who yours. I read Soviet Union. I say Jeff Lott. I say Dark Tree. You don't say these people's names.
I mean, I can include, but
Yeah.
whatever. My boys, I need a hammer spring for a smoke wagon. You'd probably need to shoot us an email so we could reach out to the manufacturer to see if they even offer that part. That is the only.
We should be able to get a replacement for you, not like an upgrade or anything like that. Just probably we could reach out to the manufacturer for you.
Yeah, so that's the best thing because we definitely don't carry that, unfortunately. I bought a G&G ARP Polar Star. Hell yeah. It's going to be dope. You're going to like it. You're going to love it. You're going to shoot a lot of people with it.
Yeah. The ARPs are some of the most common builds we do here. A lot of people love them. They're a really nice form factor.
There it goes. Look at that. It does it every.
I have it still. This is why we did this.
I'm aware.
This is why we did this. All right, where were you at? The ARP.
Yeah, dude.
We got smart. We did it on both phones this time, so we didn't lose any of your questions.
Yeah, I know. Shipping machine go burr. Shipping machine do go burr.
Hammer spring.
Yeah. There you go. I'll take this.
All right, there we go.
Thanks.
And then I got Sim over here. Is Tom trying to be mini Jeff Goldblum also for a more of recon setup? Would a monocular MVG be better? First off, I'm hotter. Second off, so I have actually been kind of thinking about this myself. I think a monocular is pretty much all you really need. I think if you get really good at a monocular, binos only really help you if you are driving a vehicle or you're trying to do some passive aiming stuff, which if you're trying to be some scout, sniper, recon stuff, doing something like that, you can look into possibly a MVG clip-on for your rifle. So you're still running that monocular on your head, also saves you some weight, some size, and everything. However, the main thing that I have found that saves me space, especially going and getting ready from running during the day without nods to running at night, I do run a dual PVS 14 setup, and the GP medium to large and tall pouches from Spiritus have been really, really good for keeping it on my body because they have a padded insert that can go into their pouch specifically for night vision use. I found a really good setup with that, and it becomes my dedicated like night vision pouch. It just stays on my body. It works out really well. I generally run Ear Pro and a baseball cap. I don't like running a helmet a lot of the times anymore because it gets bulky during the day, and I've never liked running a helmet. And so what I do is I actually have a Cry nightcap in that same GP tall pouch, and I put my nods in the padded part of it, and then I put my GP tall pouch at the top of it. I put my Cry cap, and then I just take all that out and I switch over at night when we're ready to go. And actually, like it's getting twilighty and stuff, I switch over, and that's what I do. But if you're looking for, the most minimalist setup, a monocular is definitely going to be the way to go over a binocular setup. But I think if you're doing some recon stuff, you can get creative like I did with a bino setup. I don't think you need to be limited. I just think that, yes, that's going to be the smallest package.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Anything you found new about the MDRX? Mine gets here Friday, and I've heard the gear mesh isn't the best. I'm going to order the PTS EPM LR mags for it as well.
So the MDRX, let's talk about that a little bit. I know the guys at Zulu did a video, and they covered a lot of the stuff about it. MDRX is really cool. I love bullpups, and we'll probably be talking about my Tavor here in a little bit because we got requested to talk about it. MDRX is actually running really well now. Out of the box, there were a few things with it. The main one is read the instructions because the instructions very clearly state that if you're having problems with batteries, use the jumper that's included. It clearly states that, and I didn't read the instruction because I just grabbed it out of the box and we started to do some testing on it. The instructions clearly state that if you have a battery that for some reason isn't operating properly, there's a little jumper that is literally like this tiny rectangle that you put on you pop the gearbox. Like you just pull the gearbox out with one pin. It's really easy. 2 pins actually, but still really easy. And then there's these 3 prongs. You put the jumper on 2 of the 3 prongs, depending on what battery you're running. And that fixes the large problem that we were having with like overcycling and not cycling enough, depending on battery voltage or C rating of the battery. That is the big thing I will tell you about the MDRX is that make sure you're using the jumper if you're having any mechanical problems with it. Outside of that, gun shoots really well. I'm really happy with the form factor. I'm really happy with what they chose to go with the magazines because A, those magazines look really cool, but B, they work with the PTS mags, like you just said. They work with, I want to say not the Ares Scar mags, but the classic Army Scar H mags. There's a few, and like an M110 mag, certain M110 mags by certain brands. I can't remember.
Not G&Gs.
Not G&Gs. G&Gs use a center line for their BB feeding instead of like an offset like most mags are.
Pretty much any of the magazines that have the forward opening for the BBs to come out. But
really cool system.
Absolutely.
Really cool.
Feels good in your hands too.
Yeah.
I bought an ARP 556 Polar Star from you guys. I can't wait for it. Love to see it.
Thank you.
Lots of Polar Stars, baby. Breaking into the HPA world. Hello, fellows. Hello. About to make the trip to AMP to pick up my HPA starter kit and check this place out. Heard amazing things of the place. I'm so excited. Can't wait. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for coming by. Please make sure that you got your order has shipped confirmation email before you make a long drive.
Yes, please.
Because shipping department has a procedure. They follow it and they get the orders done in order. So make sure that you got that email. And if you did, we'll see you soon. So thanks for making the drive. Thanks for coming to see us.
Yep.
Do you know of any mag pouches that fit the Tokyo Marui 417D mags? I bought a couple pouches from there that said they should fit 7.62, but these mags still don't fit.
Off the top of my head, the Haley like universal rifle mag holder actually works really well.
Blue Force Gear.
Blue Force Gear is another one. They actually kind of use kind of similar concepts. The sides of the Haley actually are like elastic, or they have some rigid inserts that you can put into kind of 4 different mags. But the Haleys are some of the best I've seen for any type of mag. They look like they're sized for 5.56, but you can put a AK mag in there. You can put some 6.5 Creedmoor size magazines in there. You can put some 308 size magazines in there. So that's the one off the top of my head. There are some HSGI pouches that are specifically made for 308 that would work for that as well. I'm trying to think of like S-Tac, I think probably has one for a 308.
Yeah. I mean, the best thing to do with all these mag pouches, like especially with Airsoft, sometimes they're a little bit wider, a little thinner, things like that.
Yeah.
Jump on the forums, just like see if somebody has tried it. Because honestly, every mag pouch is going to fit different. And then you also have to remember these manufacturers are making magazines for Stanag mags, and then you have Magpul mags, and you have Hex mags, and then you take all those, and then you come into Airsoft,
and then
introduce an even wider selection of mags. So
and then you go to not M4, you go to
7.62
mag, and then you go
so
even further.
You think of a manufacturer making a mag for a 7.62 AK.
That's why I want the Haley, because it's adjustable.
Well, I like the Blue Force Gear because it's elastic.
Yeah, exactly.
It conforms. It's great.
No, it is.
That's my suggestion.
Shipping machine go Burt.
Correct.
Yeah.
Best shotgun on the market.
So if you're talking about a gas one, the TM 870 Breacher.
UTG Tri-Shot.
The UTG Tri-Shot is the tried and true awesomeness that is like $65, $80. It is a spring-powered gun. It's a Tri-Shot. It works crazy good.
It's great.
And when it breaks, you just buy a new one. It's just cheap as hell.
Hell yeah.
That
was my favorite shotgun. I wouldn't say it might not be the best.
I think one of the my favorites, that's a newer one, is the new Elite Force shotgun that's CO2 powered.
I haven't put enough time behind it to really make an opinion
I've
on it.
shot
Unfortunately.
it a few times, and he's right. I probably shouldn't even be saying like I like it enough yet because I haven't really played a game with it yet. But shooting it, it's really very similar to a tri-shot. It's just 3 BBs in a line instead of an actual like spread. But I do like that how it functions. I think it's really cool.
I just like to grab a handful of BBs and just throw them at people.
I think that's perfectly.
It's very
fine.
reliable. Never seems to fail.
What are you doing to that cup?
I'm stabbing your coffee cup with push pins.
Every time I go to drink it, I'm just gonna have like back
No,
of push
it's
pin
up
hit
top.
my
No,
Dude, look.
No,
at this.
no. You're good. Look,
It's hitting your nose.
it's not the sharp part of the Q-tip,
Yeah.
or not Q-tip, push pin. Look at Tom. He's being dramatic. He's like ramming into my nose.
I can't even like fully tip this.
You can like take a sip, right? Like you can do one of these. You can like sip, but Tom's like, oh yeah, hit my nose.
I can't.
Fucking
Uh-huh.
yeah. See, there you go. Now you're being dramatic. Now you're being dramatic. I don't get you, man. Howdy. Hope y'all are doing good. We're hanging in there.
We are.
Hanging in there, baby. I was distracted. I didn't hear what you said about the MDRX. Hopefully you heard it.
And if not, we will post the video live. The lives always get posted after.
They don't.
Oh.
I have been doing that.
Oh. Well, they will be getting
File's
posted.
too big.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need to figure out how to compress it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, no. So the MDRX main thing is read the instructions before you use it.
They're all on YouTube.
They're all
They
on
save
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
okay.
go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube. Never mind.
See, I am doing it.
Use the jumper. Use a jumper.
Use a jumper.
That's the main thing. Use the jumper.
AMP podcast needs to be a thing. So we've definitely attempted it, and it just, I've said it before, the amount of time that it takes to turn and do all the back end stuff for the amount of people who actually are listening to it, it's just, the time put in and the return, just, we would be using our time.
We've talked about the podcast via like an extension of the live, which I think is probably the most effective route if we were to do something like that. But a lot of times, if you want to have like a podcast style, what I would say is just watch one of these videos, one of our lives on YouTube, and just, play in a car. Obviously, we're not doing a lot of stuff on the live. We're just kind of sitting here answering some stuff. So you could definitely play it like a podcast style.
Oh, you can just sit here and listen, because if it's a podcast, it's literally going to be what you're listening to right now.
Yeah.
Or if, say, you put it on YouTube, you just let it roll.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And we could just be the white noise that you
fall
listen
asleep to at night,
Yeah.
until all of a sudden we just start screaming into the mic, and then,
Ah!
I knew it was coming. I don't understand. Anyway. Just God. We could actually do that. We could have a freaking like calm pod,
That's not possible.
Yeah, you're right.
Either I'll be hyper or you'll be hyper.
I'm usually pretty contained. Don't give me that look.
I can think of 3 subjects. You go, okay, hang on.
Maybe. Whatever. M4 mags versus AK mags, pros and cons. Also, your go-to brands.
M4 is always superior.
Well,
It is.
hold on there.
Objectively
Hold
speaking,
on
it is
there.
always superior.
Pump the brakes, Tom.
I could put an EPM in pretty much any M4 and it will work.
He's just talking about the
difference in the mags. Superior. M4. End of discussion.
I don't agree. I agree. But so yeah, I mean, obviously the M4 is going to be a superior reloading platform. I mean, with enough training and enough like repetition,
Oh, yeah.
you can reload an AK like really, really fast.
And not break the lips like I do.
Well, that's just absolute being an idiot. At the end of the day, it's like, oh, LCT mag, see my AK. Why did that happen?
20 degrees out. I don't know why the plastic's fragile.
I'm gonna try it again. Third time's a charm. Like
I thought you knew what.
you did. But I would say for AKs, the mags that I've been having the absolute most luck with recently with my LCTs have been the SEMA mid caps, the 74M mid caps. Really, really strange. Obviously the LCT mid caps are okay. But the SEMA ones are really cheap and they seem to work really well. If you can find GMP 74M mags, they're the best, but they are kind of a hidden treasure. And most websites that say they have them in stock don't actually have them in stock.
And you're not talking about the mag brand. You're talking about the SEMA brand.
SEMA,
Okay.
SEMA mid-cap. Yep.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Mhm. And obviously I'm 4 EPM.
And like to directly answer the question that was asked about AK versus.
We're on air, dude.
Yeah, there's a sign. There's a sign. There's a sign. There's a sign. We got a sign. Okay. How's the desk?
We are doing the top right now. We're gonna do the shelf.
Just really the time for that?
This is entirely the time for that. People want to know the background. People like knowing that we're being crazy. Here's Terry, by the way.
I got a new desk. Yes. You know you're getting old when you get happy about a desk.
You just came in for your drink and you're gonna leave
I
it.
just thought about it. Leave me alone.
I'm on it, dude.
Well, don't be on it towards me.
Then you would have forgot your drink. Yeah. See it.
Leave.
Enjoy the live stream.
Leave. To answer the question directly, though, AK versus M4, the major difference is how they attach in the gun.
Oh yeah.
That's the big difference. They both feed BBs. They both go in a hop up. The major difference is how those two guns are different from each other in their mag wells, and it's a very substantially big difference. And that's why we both agree M4 mags are superior because of how they latch in.
They clip in. They don't latch.
You're right.
in.
They don't latch. I'm sorry.
First time I've ever heard that.
Well, it's recorded, so
That's a W.
that's gonna be a soundbite. I'm sorry.
Tom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's gonna be my text notification for you.
No.
I want a custom A&K Mark 46.
Oh wow, that's on here.
Is his name Joey?
No.
Oh.
Okay, well, you do yours and then I'll do mine.
What's it? Okay,
If I want an Alphonse A&K Mark 46 HPA custom build from you guys, but you're out of stock, can I source the base gun and send it to you guys for the HPA conversion? Normally, yes.
this is the same.
It's the
question.
exact same question. Okay, so
His name's not Joey.
was
Oh, it's a
Guitar
YouTube. It's
Thrasher
probably the
on
same
YouTube.
person. It's probably the same person.
So yes, normally 100% you can do that. However, right now, because our build time frame is what it is, we are not accepting any outside of the website builds. What you're requesting is pretty much an online build from us, which is why we normally
Keep talking.
Oh yeah. Which is normally, completely okay, and we can do that. But right now, because our build times are what they are, we're only accepting requests from the website. We have the Dark Earth.
Well, that's an M249.
Oh, you're right.
Just keep talking.
Yeah. When they come back in stock, grab them off the website and do that for us. I'm very sorry that we cannot accommodate it right now, but like I said, probably in about 2 to 3 weeks is what I'm looking at. We should be back into our regular build time frame window, and we will be able to start accommodating those styles of builds again.
If you are looking for an M249, the Flat Dark Earth one is in stock. The Mark 46.
Yeah, the FDE one's in stock, and we can do that one. Yeah.
So if you're after it, we got the FD one.
Unless you want the black one, then
We're
we
out of
don't
that
have
one.
that right now.
Alfonso build. What a man.
Yeah, we even have the build on our website right now.
Yeah, it's in here.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question regarding the F2. Any chance you guys are doing a blue one? We don't actually. I know for a fact at the moment we don't have plans for a blue one. Be really cool.
We've
but-
been asked that a few times too.
Yeah. But eventually, if we do,
Yeah.
you'll see. But honestly, I wouldn't wait around for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Kurt's in the live, always creeping.
Oh, there we go.
We have Mark 46 on order. Just depends on how long it takes to get to us.
Yeah.
So
Which they've been a lot
They've
faster
been
with
pretty
us
quick.
recently. They've been, especially the beginning of this year. I think ever since they opened their Texas distribution center, they've been a lot faster.
yeah. So, but if you're really just after it right this moment, the tan ones are in stock. Hey guys, I bought an MPX from Iron Horse. I was wondering when you guys are getting the mags for it. Hey Kurt, when are we getting the mags for the MPX? We'll be back with you in a minute. Where's Eric? He's next room over.
Yep.
Making your lines. I'm sitting in Spanish listening to you guys. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Priorities. Hello, fellas. I am now an expert in cranes. Congratulations, my
Good
friend.
job.
All that hard work has paid off.
Can I hire you to win all the prizes for me in the crane machine?
Just like that. You remember that SpongeBob episode?
Yeah.
You don't remember that SpongeBob
I don't.
episode. Yeah, where SpongeBob's just crushing it, dude. He's winning and winning, and Squidward sells his house for quarters to win a teddy bear, and it's like that like gross teddy bear too. It's not even like he got a good one. Absolutely amazing episode. And then he tries to drive a real crane. I won't spoil it. Go watch it.
No.
If you haven't, like where you been, bro? Under Patrick's rock, get it?
Just a little higher, a little higher.
Bow! Just knock you unconscious.
Do you guys think that HPA powered gas block back OFB like ENL T191 prototype is the future of HPA Airsoft?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'll have to look into that because that sounds cool. I personally don't know, so I'm not going to try to blah blah blah.
Yep.
Cranes lift shit, and they use wire cable with booms and hooks. That's about all I gathered. Sounds like an expert to me. You can come lift me with a crane anytime. You guys have drum mags for M4s? Yes, G&G has them, and they're on the website.
Yes.
Hashtag free my stoner. When will you guys get the edgy 601 stainless steel barrel 406 millimeters back in stock for the Crytek HPA build? Kurt, while you're looking up those MPX mags, where's Edgy at?
Yeah. Oh, I know what he's talking about with the T191. We saw this at SHOT Show.
Oh, that thing.
We saw this at
That
SHOT
was
Show.
dope.
So yes, there. I'm going to touch on this for a brief second. So there is a very big difference in how HPA is stored versus green gas. So HPA is compressed air, and it stays in a gaseous state in a container that can hold the pressure of that gas. Propane, green gas, and CO2, when it is stored in a pressurized container, is actually in a liquid form, and then the vapor pressure is what's released. And so when you have a green gas gun and it has a certain type of storage system, it can actually hold technically more energy because it goes into a liquid form, it's denser than an HPA system. So to have the same amount of shots and the same amount of pressure in that small package will never work with compressed air. It might work with CO2, and if you could refill CO2, then it would probably work. But there is a space, volume, and density problem there that would need to be overcome.
What he said. Also, MPX mags are on order, but probably a month out due to shipping times. Stainless barrels just shipped, should be here this week. That's from the higher up. So
I have another thing from a higher up. Soviet Union says drugs again.
Drugs. So if they don't actually come this week,
blame Kurt.
He's
in charge of all of it.
Yeah.
Including UPS.
Yeah, he owns UPS. Some people do be thinking that.
I did see about the Mark 46. So apparently we have two of the black Mark 46s on the trailer. Hit us in the emails and we can work with you if you really want a build placed right now.
With a black
with a black
46. One. Cool. Hey guys, have to head to work. Be safe and have a great day. You too, man. Thanks for stopping in when you can. It does mean a lot. Hey guys, my Crytek Trident quit working on me. Plug a battery in and nothing through it was trigger contacts. Nothing looks burnt. Any suggestions?
Did you check the fuse?
Yeah, the fuse on the MOSFET in the Crytek.
Check your fuse. There's actually, I think there's two. There's one on the internal MOSFET and there's one right near your connector. And if that's not working, look for a loose connector on your motor. Make sure
the springs of the brushes are engaged as well.
Yeah.
Because they sometimes pop off.
Yep. And then you're just going to have to go through if you're already like in the gearbox and you're looking at the contacts, just start following those wires, see where there's a fault. Look for fuses being blown, any charring or anything that shows a bare wire, and just start working your way through there. Electrical problems end up being if it's not a fuse and it's not the gearbox and it's not your trigger, it's probably a short somewhere.
Yeah. So electrical stuff is always fun. Just kidding. Sucks. Now to learn about anchors and ground tackle. Peace, fellas. We'll report back next week. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
joining,
sir.
bro. Tell us about it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Oh, can I buy 2 Tippmann 26-3000 aluminum HPA tanks in store with the dual tank SLP for the low profile build?
Absolutely.
If they're in stock, absolutely. Yeah,
That's actually what I run.
it's a good setup.
It works really well. If it's right in my Haley flat pack, the regulator does, stick out of the backpack, but then I have it on a 90. I have the
SLP upside down.
I have the SLP upside down, and then the line comes
Well, that's
down.
how the dual will come. So
Yeah.
if you do get a dual compact,
Yeah.
then you'll be good to go.
It works great. I love that setup.
The dual tank is, in my opinion, the greatest way to carry tanks because, like, a lot of people talk about weight, but for me, I talk about the fact that you have a spinal cord in the middle,
Yeah.
and now you have 2 tanks on each side. You don't get that
It doesn't
like
hurt.
pressure on your spine.
I used to
Which
run
is dope.
a 90-45, like super light. And so weight wasn't really the issue, but I still had to put, I would roll up 3 t-shirts on the back of it in my pack so that I would have some padding on my spine. It would still hurt because that pressure was still hitting right on the back of my spine. The dual tanks are spread out across. It is way more comfortable. It's way better.
Yeah, it's dope.
But yes. Now you have 3. You have a whole control center in front
I
of
have
you.
3 phones in front of me. I do. What's it? So if there's a short in the trigger, would it fix the issue to install a Perun MOSFET?
Yeah,
You'd be replacing all the electronics.
if the Perun MOSFET you're installing is a trigger replacement, there are some Perun MOSFETs that are inline.
Right.
That won't fix it if your trigger contacts are still bad. If you're getting a Perun that replaces your trigger contacts, then yes, it should be the solution if that is in fact the fault. There might be a fault somewhere else though.
Yeah. So if you just replace everything, there's no longer an issue.
Yeah.
Unless it does fall on the motor, which is uncommon. I mean, usually a motor won't just
Yeah.
they attempt
Yeah.
to do something. They just sometimes the magnets or whatever the brushes go bad. Blah 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 blah. Milsim idea. It's in Hawaii, and one team has to defend a beach, and the other one has to capture the beach. I feel like that
It's
happened.
like a historical event or something, but not in Hawaii.
I feel like that happened somewhere.
I don't know where.
Just can't.
I don't know where that would have
ever happened.
I
I don't know.
I don't know
It's a
who-
very very original idea.
Why would somebody try and storm a beach?
Seems silly.
Yeah. Anyways,
I would like to go to Hawaii.
Alphonse just went to Hawaii.
Get me the hell out of this weather here.
Lex and I almost went to Hawaii, but then we bought a Miata.
Yeah, he bought a Superior Miata, the NA.
She bought the Superior Miata. I have the Almighty Miata.
I'm not even getting
The
into
NB is just better.
It is not.
It is just
No, we're
better.
not getting in this debate on the live.
The NB is just better.
It's not. No. How many shots could this 220? Oh, sorry. Yeah. This 26,000 3000 tank last. It's gonna. There's a lot of variables.
Yeah. So the way I do it, the way I always do this calculation is pretty much, I think, what is it? What is your output PSI of the regulator? Generally, that's 80. So then you multiply the capacity, so 26, and if you're having 2, so that's 52, times the pressure that the tank can hold, so 3,000, and then divide that by your output pressure, which is going to be 80. So 52 times 3,000 divided by 80, and that's a very rough estimate of how many shots you will get, because dwell time is also a factor in that, but that is a very rough estimate that you can kind of go off of how many shots you'll get.
Yeah, it's all very it's vague. It's vague
Yeah.
to an extent. There's so many variables, but that's a fantastic way of at least putting you in the ballpark.
Yeah, it's a rough estimate that I can kind of give people. That's like, this is about what you would get plus or minus like 500 rounds.
Yeah.
Or
not down-
500 shots.
It's not down to like 10 or 15. you know?
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. I like that a lot because that is a very commonly asked question. I mean, it's a very valid question
Yeah.
because you go to an event and you have X amount of tanks, and it's like, well, I expect to shoot this much, so I need to know how much air to bring.
Yeah.
And you don't want to carry 5 tanks if you only need 3.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. So look at you, big brain. Now this is a comment I can get behind, but the NA has pop-up headlights.
Yes, it does.
You're right.
It does.
Makes it superior.
I don't care.
Pop up and down headlights.
I don't care.
Pop up and down headlights.
1.8 versus 1.6. And better weight distribution.
No.
It corners better.
No,
It handles
doesn't.
better.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Superior.
I don't want to embarrass you on the live.
Superior.
We're not doing it.
Superior.
What is this music? It's just like,
I don't know.
I like it. I
put
like
on
it. I just
house no words, so we have no copyright problems.
we can get copywritten with no words. I mean, songs still have
I'm trying to be as kosher as
it's usually all right. It's so
Yeah.
quiet. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah. My HP AK-74, when I put it on 120 PSI, my family doesn't want to play with me.
I have no idea why that would be.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Definitely not the same reason why Logan wanted to bring a Novarich bolt action that was shooting like 600 FPS to a game, and I was like, yeah, I don't think they're going to let you use that.
No way, Jose. Do you have anything you need to talk about?
Well, you wanted me to talk about the Devore.
Yeah, I don't know if the gentleman who talked to me at Iron Horse is in the live. I want to do an in-depth video
Of the
on your
Devore? Okay, we can do that.
Well, if he's not in here, we'll save it for a
We'll
video.
save it. If you're here, post up your here, and I'll give you a brief rundown. I've done it a few times, but I'll be a little bit more in depth.
The Tavor is really cool. Hats off. I'm not a bullpup guy, but honestly, the way Tom has it set up is very impressive, and I love how it functions.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean genuinely, it's like a very well, thought out build. So, I like it.
He likes a bullpup.
I love the
A
FAMAS.
bull. Okay,
And the Groza.
Three bullpup.
The Groza.
The Groza's really cool.
Yeah, I mean you
Groza's
can't
really cool.
dislike that thing.
I love the MDRX. I really like how it looks. I think from a bullpup standpoint, it's a great gun.
I like it. I like a lot of guns. There's preferences, and the MDRX and the Tavor and even the FAMAS just don't I just don't like the ergonomics of that. And I probably wouldn't even like the Groza, to be honest. It's just a nostalgic piece that I like.
The one thing about bullpups, especially when I've run them in games over multiple weekends, the thing I love about bullpups is I can go one-handed and still be right there ready with the gun, and the weight is all on my body. I really from an ergonomic standpoint, there's certain things that I like about other ones that I don't like about others as far as bullpups go. But as far as bullpups in general, I like the ergonomics of running them and holding them a lot.
No,
outside of what is it? What do you adjust on a crane stock? I can't forget. Length of pull.
Yes, thank you.
Length of pull,
I knew that was what it was. I also like the P90.
P90 is great.
P90 super.
But again, length of pull on that because it gets a little too tight.
Well, I remember. I don't know. This was years ago. Angel Customs made that battery extension cap.
Yeah, I have that.
I had one as well. Because I had an old TM P90.
Did you have the rubber one or the plastic battery extension cap?
It was like a hard plastic. It was like
And it was slide in.
Yeah, it was like that weird composite material.
Yeah.
It had a rubber texture, but it was plastic.
Oh, you had the sock.
It didn't go over it replaced the little baby cap.
Yeah. Wait, it was a bigger one?
And it just it was like what's the company that makes the extensions for the guns now?
I have no idea.
No, the ones for the ARPs, the KWA.
Oh, Lilacs?
No, it's
AirTech Studios?
Yes, thank you. AirTech makes the ones that replace the stock cap. They lock in the same way, but they're just extended. That's how the one for the P90 was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had the rubber sock that would go over.
I know. Yeah, no, I did not have that one.
That actually was really comfortable.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, the other one, the Angel Customs, also only had one. It was it went
one size
stock, original to
yeah,
and that's it. You know, if that's what you wanted or you just needed the space, that's how it was. I just remember seeing so many P90s without the back on.
P90s are great.
Yeah,
P90s are great.
It's a cool gun. Very, very cool. Taking me down memory lane.
Oh, I have something we should talk about. Hello from a heretic in Kingsport. Curious if y'all have played around with the purple pistol behind you. We've definitely taken looks at it, and yeah, because I know we wanted to try and go over this a little bit today. This thing is really exciting. You all, if you guys know about MTWs, you know the quality that's already standing behind this. This is pretty much an MTW ready for all you heretics out there. I'm really excited. They put their optical sensors in near the trigger, so it's actually really sensitive. They did a lot of cool things that I think a lot of people are going to like. It's really, really lightweight. Like, it's almost as lightweight as a high kappa. And the only thing I would say about it that I always say about like M4s versus high kappas and Speedsoft is I don't think I would want a full size mag. I think I would run the
170s.
the 170
Short
EPM shorts, because it would just, I feel like the weight would get a little bit off if I tried to put a full one on here, just feeling this. But I mean, this thing is so freaking cool. I actually might grab one of these. And I don't do a lot of Speedsoft stuff, but I have been debating doing a high kappa build after going out to N1, because those guys were rocking some crazy skills with some high kappas. And I might just do this, because this is nuts. This is great.
So, as you guys probably know, it's not really my play style. This isn't really something I'd ever personally be interested in. But picking it up, holding it, I mean, we talked to Rich. We've definitely seen how this manufacturing process is done. And the construction of this, even from someone who would probably never personally use something like this, it is so solid. And we've all seen that the MTWs are a reliable, well-shooting platform. And now it's just into a different play style. And that's like what he was trying to do, is breach into different play styles and different play types. This isn't for everybody, but if you held one and you got to actually like, I haven't actually put any rounds through it. I'm quite curious to see how it shoots. I'd imagine it shoots just like an MTW. But if you do come into the retail store, we do have them. Come take a look at them.
Yeah, come take a look at them, guys.
Overall, I'm excited to at least just put BBs through it. I want to do an Instagram reel on one of these pretty soon, just to get some more information out there.
Hey, Justin, come here for a second. So this is our new tech, Justin. I just really want to see how much this matches your shirt.
I like it.
Okay. He's also one of our new resident Speedsofters.
We're talking about purple shirts.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice.
We're both wearing purple today, baby.
My favorite color.
Same.
Fuck
Yeah, midnight purple.
Purple haze, man.
Midnight purple is my go-to.
But all right. So let's see what else we have. I want to take a Monk custom to an MSW just to see the angry faces. We actually were at an MSW with some guys that had some Speedsoft style guns.
It was those APS skeletonized guns. I will say this is just Milsim West with their community and their rule set. It is a solely based military simulation game. That is what creates the game. That's what creates what it is. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're going to a game just to upset people, it's probably not going to be like
the
most well-received thing. And there is a potential that they'll turn you away from it because you need to literally have the proper weapon platform for the faction or side of the event that you signed up for.
Yeah.
So by definition, or by, the rule set, that gun may not fall into a category that even allows you to play.
Mhm.
So I'd hate to see you waste your money and go to
driving.
do that, and then they just kind of say nah.
Yeah.
And that's just my personal suggestion. You do whatever your heart desires, but just a suggestion. That's all.
Yeah.
So
I wholeheartedly agree with it. Yeah. I would not try and drive all the way down there, pay all the money, and then you probably I would bet money on it you would get turned away.
So
yeah.
It's just like I said. I mean, if you want to reach out to them and ask them, that's the only thing.
And they won't be dicks to you about it. They'll just be like, yeah, no, we don't. That doesn't fit into our rules. That doesn't fit into the style of game. There might actually be like some type of insurgency game that actually might fit into some type of role thing that you want to do.
Never done an insurgency, so I have no idea.
But outside of that, a regular like military simulation, which is what they're going for, that probably wouldn't fit in. All right. But moving on. I'm
pretty caught up over here, I think.
Okay.
Just got people joining and coming in, and doing their thing. So if there are any like last 5 minutes in the
Yeah, we got 5 minutes left, guys. So if you guys got anything else, just let's get those questions in, and then we'll try and get them answered as fast as we can so we can rapid fire through them before the end here. You guys have been great today. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and we love doing the lives with you. If you guys have any questions about anything else when we're not doing a live, hit us up in the DMs, hit us up on email, and we'll try and get back to you as fast as we can.
Oh yeah, it's been good. This season's off to a strong start, so we're excited.
Cold start. Started off to very, very cold.
Yeah, the first event we did was the coldest event of my entire life. So
3 degrees.
new video on the channel.
Yeah, go check it out. We're freezing.
New gameplay video.
He's first 3 guns don't work, or first 2 guns.
Third string save
Yeah.
today. But yeah, and then I will have the Iron Horse video up by the end of the week.
Yeah. We got a question about the California trip. If you're talking about us doing a California trip, I would love to have like an amped, just California trip. Like a bunch of the guys from the shop go out and play. We do a
I
fun
agree.
time. I just took a California trip. It was a lot of fun. I went to N1. There's not going to be a video for that or anything. There's a few guys that were out
Thanks.
there that took a video.
Thanks a
No,
lot.
I'm saying because I don't do video stuff. You do video stuff.
Thanks for just bringing a GoPro, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I don't
All
ever-
these people want
I don't
to
ever-
see your trip, and you
No,
just
no,
you know
we got a Miata. We got a Miata.
a superior Miata.
We got a yellow Miata. Not a 350Z. The yellow Miata.
Nothing's wrong with 350. Try the 370.
Glug 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 glug. They love to drink that oil. That VQ is thirsty.
Yeah, guys.
Um,
Like I said, we'd love to take a California trip. There's a giant scene out there. We'd love to take one out there, but figuring that out, logistics and that be a little bit time consuming, but we'll definitely figure it out.
it is tough. I mean, California is a long drive, so we'd probably fly, and then that
We would
opens
totally fly.
opens a whole nother can of worms.
I
so.
think if we did it, we'd try and hit SoCal a decent bit because there's a lot of stuff in SoCal, and then try and take a trip up to the San Fran, like the Bay Area, the NorCal area, because there's definitely some stuff like game pods up that way. I'd love to hit that too.
Oh, I would love to go.
Yeah.
So hopefully soon.
No, I'm just like doing the trip in my head.
The gears are turning. The gears are.
The
turning.
answer is always a Miata. Yes, it is.
Congratulations.
Always a Miata.
What did you throw at me?
A Q-tip that you shot at him out of a grenade launcher yesterday.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was
The answer is always Toyota.
it was a boot tip.
Then it's not a Miata, but it is always a Miata. Not a Supra.
Yeah.
Not a Supra.
Know your place.
Not a Supra. Not a Supra at all. Not a Supra at all. Definitely
You
not.
don't
an
even have
80
pop-ups,
Supra.
bro. You don't even have pop-ups.
I don't care. I don't need one.
Tom isn't really like into aesthetic, He's just kind of like.
I just want my car to go really fast around a track.
Well, then you bought the wrong car.
No, they get turbo. It'll be fine.
Did you start it?
Ship everything to my store in Roseville.
I mean, yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I actually I hit up Mike from Biohazard Airsoft. I almost shipped some of my stuff to him when we were trying to plan the trip out. But honestly, flying with airsoft stuff, if you know what to do when you get to the airline counter,
I would rather not.
okay,
I'm just being honest
That's
with
fine,
you.
that's fine.
I'm just. Could you imagine?
I
Just
didn't
run
have a
this through your
problem
head. If we had 5 people and 5 people worth of airsoft stuff and personal stuff, and we all try to get through airport
the
security,
way we would do it,
it would not be the way that you planned it.
My mother-in-law has a business out in California, and I shipped most of the stuff ahead of time to her, and we picked it up from her business.
Freight.
Yeah, we literally just freighted it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are we down to? Oh, 1 minute.
1
on the
minute
dot.
remaining in the period.
40 seconds.
No, it's actually
45.
now it is exactly 1 minute. So
1 minute remaining in the period.
we don't have an event this weekend.
We don't, but we do have Centurion the following weekend and Minnesota Airsoft Con.
I'll be there.
I'll be at Centurion. So you guys come out, hang out with us, have fun time. If you guys are looking to play, come to Centurion. If you guys are looking to just hang out and have a good time at an airsoft convention, go to Minnesota.
So we're excited. A lot of stuff coming up. And once again, we really, really do appreciate you guys stopping into the live. It means the world. And we will be here next week, 1 p.m. every Wednesday while you eat your lunch or you sit in Spanish class
Or you're learning about cranes,
or you're learning about cranes. Not the bird, the machine.
the machine. And then
or the
get-
bird. You
then
might be in like
orthology,
animal class.
animal class,
So
bird class. Birds are the word of the day. All right, we're gonna end it there.